Good morning. Welcome back to RocksChat. Crochet Rocks here. And if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Oh, okay. I'm not sure that was the appropriate one. Oh, well. I didn't... maybe I've got them upside down again. Maybe that's what's a problem. Doesn't look any better. Anyway, the joke of the day then. Let's do that before I forget. I had... No, hang on. It's the one on the previous page. There we go. Every time Grandma burns his grilled cheese sandwich, Grandpa gets a stomachache. He says he's lactose intolerant. Lactose intolerant. That's quite good, isn't it? I'm lactose intolerant because I don't like it. It's disgusting. You know, some people like burnt toast. And I keep saying, you know, it's carbon, man. It's like carcinogenic. Don't eat that. But it seems to be a man thing. They like that taste of burnt. And you know what I think it is? I don't know about you, but if you've ever... I mean, I can't do it anymore because I don't drink. But you know when you kind of drink beer and sometimes it's got that toasty, dark taste? I think that black toast kind of reminds them, or those burnt kind of tastes remind them of that. Anyway, got a nice cup of tea. Not my first one of the day, because I got up mega early again to watch the Formula One. It was very boring. There were little bits that were interesting throughout the rear of the front, you know, like little bits of races going on between certain teams. But we got back to the days of kind of dominant Red Bull being right out there, although Perez didn't show himself in glory today. But yeah, so it was a bit boring, you know. Last week was really gripping because it was anybody's race. And in fact, I won money on it because I had a little flutter on Sainz winning, and he did. But back to same old now, which is a bit on the boring side. So today is Sunday, so it's a Sunday Funday giveaway later on. Gonna have to colour coordinate these. How about it's a Sunday Funday giveaway later. Oh, not that one. No. Okay, we'll do it again. Take 2. Hey, it's a Sunday Funday giveaway later. Gonna have to sort that out. Although it's probably funnier when I get it wrong, to be honest with you. So yeah, the yarn that I've chosen for my giveaway is some of that lovely yarn that I bought the other day in my search, my quest for high street yarn shops. So yeah, beautiful one, and I'm going to give that one away. So yesterday went out in the went out in the yarnavan, and I decided that because those Woolcraft Pebble, they are gorgeous, but they are huge in terms of how they are in a package. They were in 2 monster boxes, and I thought, you know, those boxes there would be great for my yarn that I've taken out of stock to put in mystery boxes, and yarn that I get that I can put in there, you know, for these Santa sacks and mystery bags and all sorts of... Don't get me wrong, it's not like Deramores used to and just chuck in all the old colours that they get stuck with. Nothing like that. My mystery boxes are lovely, I can assure you. And, well, I'm biased, but, you know, a lot of people have said. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd clear those boxes out, and that's where I can put all the yarn that will then be easy. You know, I don't have to hunt around for yarn. I've got it there. Plus, at the moment, it's in several places and it's kind of getting in the way. So I thought, right, instead of putting them in the plastic boxes, I will keep them in their plastic and just stack them. So I managed to get both boxes almost on the shelves in the space of one box. So that was pretty cool. I mean, obviously it's all perfectly fine. It's not squashed. It's not got any, it's all completely sealed in plastic. So that was good. I thought, because at the time I kept looking, and I've done this for a long, long time now, looked at those plastic storage, and I thought, you know, I lose an awful lot of space because of those. I really do. Because if you think about it, they're all that shape. So you've got this gap that big between each one. And if you add that space, and plus you don't get the height. So if you add that space up over all of them, that's probably another 5 or 6 boxes. Sorry about that. Normally I'd pause it. That one took me by surprise, and it was louder than the last time it caught me by surprise, because I usually have an extremely loud sneeze. That's why I like to pause it, because that one was subdued compared to how I normally do it. But it was just like, there's a tickle, I'm going to sneeze now. You know, it was like no time to do that. So sorry about that if I blew you away. No, just... Sorry if I blew you away. But yeah, I didn't mean to. I've been doing that a lot this last few days. At one point I thought I had a cold, because all I did the other day was was that. And I don't know, maybe it's changing the weather. Maybe it's part of the flu jab, bringing out little tiny niggly symptoms one after the other. I have no idea. And I still haven't got in touch with him about my COVID jab. I should do that. It's always the way. Every weekend I sit there and think of all the things that I need to do. And it's weekend and everybody's kind of either shut or like, can't get in touch with the doctor's surgery because it's closed. You can't email. You email businesses and you think, why aren't they replying? Oh yeah, it's the weekend. Not that most, you know, I've always worked for places that there was no weekend and there's no Christmas, you know, it was 24/7. Like, I worked for the police, I worked for the ambulance, I worked for a lifeline, and they were all, and then before, you know, in the bad old days, I worked for retail, and it was busy Christmas, you can't have any time off, you can't do this, you know, put in some overtime, even though I was in the office, you know, whatever. Only once did I ever have a job where you got a really good Christmas off. And to be honest with you, that was the police. Because the way I was a civilian working in the police force, and the way they worked it out, they just said, from this date to that date, all leave is suspended. Or, you know, all kind of like rest days. Well, rota is suspended. And they gave first come, first serve, everybody who wanted to work Christmas, because they gave treble time. So, of course, all the young people who didn't have families, didn't have kids at home, rather. They had families, obviously, but didn't have children. Thought, God, you know, that'd be really good. Get me some money. Maybe they were saving for something, a car, a house, or whatever. So they would rush stampede to pick up those shifts. And then the rest of us with families all got to sort of sit around and watch our children open our presents and stuff like that. So that was the only time that I'd ever encountered that kind of, yeah, that's brilliant. Everybody, you don't have to work Christmas or New Year because people want it for that overtime. Usually people won't pay that kind of overtime, so there's not the stampede. I'm going to have to blow my nose now, I sneezed. So I will be pausing it for that. That's better. I do have a very sore nose today. So that did it no favours whatsoever. I've kind of come to the conclusion that the problems I'm having with my feet, and to some extent maybe my hands, I don't know, are a little more sinister than I kind of earlier anticipated. Because nothing that I've tried has actually worked. So Gary keeps tutting away at me, saying, well, you don't go to the doctors, do you? And the answer to that is, no, I don't. But I have got a dermatology appointment coming up soon. And as it's all skin related, I decided that I would wait and see and just make them a big, long list of all the problems. Sorry, I've got a blurry eye. All the problems that are now befitting me, which are quite a lot. So I'm going to go armed with a list when I see the dermatology department. And until then, I'm just going to limp a lot and try various things until I get there. But you know, I already had the diabetes test, so I know it's not that. Well, Oh, I think I should ring them and say, how close was I to being positive? Because, you know, I think we all, they have a benchmark level. I think we all have our own personal levels of what our body is, what is right for you. So if I was close to it, then that would explain it, wouldn't it? If I was miles away. No. But I'm not happy, because everything I've tried, and I've tried pretty intensive things, nothing is working. I'm trying something else now, and my fingers are all crossed, my toes as much as possible are crossed, my arms, my boobies, everything that, well, I can't, everything that I can possibly cross is crossed, that I actually sort this out, and it's not anything untoward. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. I'm gonna have a quick slurp and I'll be back. So I started recording this, and I went down a rabbit hole with it, and I thought, oh, I'm not going to say that. So I actually deleted that one and started again. So now I can't remember what I have said and what I haven't said. I think I did the joke straight off. But it's one of those things where you kind of, yeah, I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did. So it's Sunday today, and, well, I'm going to start sort of doing a bit of filming for Monday today. I thought I might as well try and do the Open with me, which is a really cool one. So I thought I might as well try and do that. Maybe get a little ahead of some of them as well as some things. So that might be a good idea, if I can. I made a chicken Alfredo yesterday without pasta. So it was just a creamy chicken, and we had it with steak. But I was so full up, I couldn't eat the steak. So Gary said, save it for your breakfast. So that's what I might have for breakfast. I don't know. I'm not really a steak and eggs fan in the morning. You know, like my bacon if I'm going to have egg or something. But I might give it a go. Possibly. Maybe. And I've got to try and figure out what we're going to have for dinner as well. It's not that easy, you know. You think it would be. See, when I was left to my own devices, when I did low carb diets before, I would just eat chicken a lot. But when you've got somebody like Gary who likes a lot of variety in his diet, he's not going to just be pacified with chicken again, chicken again, chicken again. But, you know, when I was just doing this for myself, I could just think, oh, you know what, I'm just going to have some chicken and I'll be fine. Although I don't love chicken as much as I used to. Before I had my operation, my cancer, and before I had COVID, chicken was it, man. I couldn't get enough of it. And but now I'm not so. In fact, all meat it's a weird thing with me. If it's not saucy or gravy or something like that, I really struggle. I struggle to swallow it. So I have to have a glass of water with my dinner. And I know that is purely my cancer operation that's done that. Used to be that I would always be criticised for eating too fast. Well, I certainly don't anymore. I am the slowest eater. And Gary usually, you know, if he's cooking, for instance, right, I'll start mine and he'll start washing up. And I say, Gary, sit down and eat dinner. And he'll go, yeah, I'll just do this first. And then he'll potter about. And then, so I'm well into mine and he'll sit down to eat his dinner. And then he'll finish like that and I'm still ploughing through it, and I look and I've still got 3/4 of my dinner left, and he does eat too fast though. He does gobble it up a bit though. So I'm going to have to pause it again because I need to blow again, and I'll be right back. That's better. I can breathe, and I took the opportunity to glug my tea down while I was off camera, as it was getting to that stage where it needed finishing fast. I'm going through a bit of a weird phase at the moment where I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot. And again, I don't know if that's kind of little remnants of the flu jab or if it's just the change of the seasons. But I woke up cold. Obviously, my aircon was on in the bedroom. But once I kind of come out of the bedroom, it didn't, you know, I'm used to the heat hits me, but it's not. So I kind of watched Formula One with a blanket and then had my shower, and now I'm hot. So yeah, I'm hot, I'm cold, I'm hot, I'm cold. It's just kind of go on and on like this. And so the aircon goes on, it goes off, it goes on, it can't be good. Can't be good for it. So, and it can't be good for the electricity bill. So I might try and dig out a fan. I've got a few where, like before I had the aircon, I've got a few fans here and there. One of which is now in the yarn van, so that if I'm doing a live stream out there, which is an idea today, if I get the chance, I might do a live stream. Depends if I get so far ahead like I planned and everything else. But I very much might. Although, having said that, it's Tottenham v Arsenal today, and that's kind of I've got to watch, because as a child my family were all Tottenham, and then when I had my kids, Paul being my firstborn got into football earlier than Mike, and he was Arsenal, the arch enemy of Tottenham. So Tottenham Hotspur. So yeah, I kind of got to like Arsenal because I had to stay as referee, because by this time Michael had come along and he decided he supported Spurs like the rest of us, and all of, like, my brother, my dad, everybody supported Spurs in the family, because we lived around the corner from the football ground in London where we come from. So yeah, I can't, I learnt to sort of like Arsenal. Plus I don't get that rivalry thing, I just don't get it. It's ancient history, and it don't sit with me, that sort of thing. I hate that team just because they are them, don't get it. So yeah, I would kind of appreciate both, but my loyalties, it's hard. It really is, because I'm a Tottenham Hotspur supporter that now likes Arsenal, and if, say for instance, if they were playing each other and Arsenal were on to win the league but Tottenham weren't, and it was important for Arsenal to win, I'd kind of edge towards Arsenal winning. But my ideal result when they play each other is a draw. But then I am kind of deep down, from the bottom of my roots, Tottenham Hotspur. So, it's hard because I like to give them the edge, but then when I'm watching them, my loyalties are really split, because as soon as Tottenham start winning, I feel sorry for Arsenal. And if Arsenal are winning, I think, no, come on, Tottenham, for goodness sake. So I have this inner battle when I watch them. But if this was Arsenal, I'm this much Tottenham. Just this little fingertip above. So I am a Spurs supporter, basically, that likes Arsenal. A rare thing, because it's not meant to happen. Just don't get all that rivalry. I'm not that way inclined. Just no. Be back. I'm having some allergy issues, I think. Sneezing and itching. I haven't taken an antihistamine, so I'm going to go and do that now and make some food, because I'm getting hungry. But I've been up so long. So watch out later for a really nice giveaway. It will be some really beautiful yarn that I bought the other day, and a big thank you to Julie, who's offered to do some things for me, which I really appreciate. So yeah, muchos thankos to Julie for that. Mwah. And I will see you later on. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.